were happening on majorly on the Igbos. We cannot continue like this. I'm asking you, the senator. I'm asking you, the House of Rep member that is representing the people of Southeast in the National Assembly. Are you not aware of this? If you are not aware, you come, let me tell you. Look at what they normally do is that if you want to deal with somebody in the Southeast, you just write a petition against the person that is a member of IPOB or a member of the ESN. They'll just come in the night and whisk the person away. And collect his answers, deprive him access to the local protection of his choice and members of his family, and move the person to Wawa barrack. And the people say that we should keep quiet. We cannot keep quiet.
What happens when thousands of people remain behind bars for years without trial? That is the question Barrister Maxwell Opara is now putting before the federal government as calls grow for an urgent review of the cases of Igbo detainees who have spent years in detention without seeing justice. And one location has become central to this concern: Wawa military cantonment in Niger State. So, news on the streets is that Barrister Maxwell Opara has added his voice to the growing calls for the federal government to urgently look into the cases of people who have allegedly remained in detention for several years without trial. According to the concerns being raised, some detainees are said to have been held incommunicado, raising serious questions about due process, access to justice, and the length of their detention. Among the locations mentioned is the notorious Wawa military cantonment in Niger State, where concerns have been raised over the continued detention of some individuals, especially the Igbos. For Barrister Maxwell Opara, the issue goes beyond politics. It is fundamentally about justice. The call is for the authorities to examine these cases individually, determine who has been properly charged, who has been tried, and who may have remained in detention without the opportunity to have their case heard in court. The bigger concern is what happens when detention continues for years without a transparent judicial process. For families, the situation can be devastating. Imagine having a loved one taken away and then spending years without a clear resolution, without knowing when the case will be concluded, or whether that person will ever get the opportunity to defend themselves in court.
My people, good morning. I just decided to make this video now, believing that this video will get to the president, it will get to the Attorney General, it will get to the CJN, and because we cannot continue in this way. In the first instance, there are a lot of things that are happening in our judicial system against the Igbos. Yes, I want to say against the Igbos. Some Igbo guys were arrested from the southeast, and they were dumped at Wawa barrack in Niger State in the name of being members of IPOB, being members of ESN, without proper investigation. Innocent persons. Now, I gave you a story one day about Wanchidebere Echefu and Wanchidebere Echefu, how that young man was arrested from his house at Owerri. This young man was arrested from his house at Owerri in 2021 by 3 a.m. by DSSS operatives. So the family members thought that this young man was dead. They searched for this young man. They couldn't see this young man. They forget about him. Only for somebody who came out from DSSS cell after 6 months now called the wife to inform the wife that your husband said that he is still alive, that they should look for a lawyer to come for him, that he's been incarcerated at DSSS headquarters in Abuja. That matter get to MBA Human Rights Committee. I was assigned to handle that matter. I visited DSSS Abuja. They said that the young man was not there. I went to DSSS Owerri. They said that young man was not there. So I decided to file enforcement of fundamental rights in favor of Chidebere Echefu. Only for DSSS, only for DSSS now to file a counter saying that they arrested this young man and they kept this young man with an order, motion expertise, an order from Federal High Court to keep the guy for 90 days. And unfortunately for them, the 90 days which the court gave them, the order has elapsed. So when I now filed out this and served them, they quickly rushed to court and renew that particular order. And the judge did not ask, please, can I see this person that you are getting this order? Can you bring the person to court? Let me see him. The court now granted that particular order. It was when we now filed enforcement of fundamental rights, and the matter was assigned before another judge. And the judge, looking at what they filed and what we have filed, the judge gave this judgment. This judgment was delivered on by FCT High Court on the 11th day of March 2022 by Honorable Justice Obonna, enforcing his own fundamental rights, directing that he should be released with forthwith. Look at the judgment. I will pass it for you to you people to see. We served DSSS this judgment. DSSS refused to comply with this order. I've been going to DSSS. They refused me access to see this young man. Apart from one time, only once, the court directed that they should allow me. They just allow me to see the young man. The young man has macheted and what have you. So when they went and served them this order, they refused. I continued to go to the DSSS. They said that the young man was no longer there. I don't know his whereabouts. The wife was crying. The relations, they were all crying. Only for somebody to tell me that young man has been moved to Wawa Barrack at Kainji. Wawa Barrack at Kainji. In the face of judgment of the court directing that he should be released. This judgment was not appealed against. Now, when all my effort to see him proves abortive, I even thought that the young man was dead. Only for this young man to send me a text to call me from Kuje prison. That was yesterday through their welfare officer. That was 3 days ago, saying that they have moved him from Kainji to Kuje prison. I said, so you are alive? I couldn't believe this thing. I said, you are alive. Now, when I now started inquiring, he started telling me what happened. That they were forcing them, a lot of them, that their people thought that they were dead. They were there at the Wawa Barrack. So when they now decided they came to that place with with some judges to start trying them. They were forcing most of them to start pleading guilty of an offense of terrorism. Because they don't have access to their relations, they don't have access to lawyers, they don't have access to anybody. They will only have access to the lawyers given to them by the government, from Ministry of Justice and from Legal Aid Council. So some of them don't even know what the charge is all about. Most of them they were just pleading guilty, and the judges were convicting them. So reaching on his own, Chinebre said that no, that he's not going to plead guilty, that he never did anything, that he never preferred to die. Why should they force him to plead guilty? Now Chinebre is in the Kuje prison. I learned that they have started trying him again. These things were happening majorly on the Igbos. We cannot continue like this. I'm asking you, the senator. I'm asking you, the House of Rep member that is representing the people of Southeast in the National Assembly. Are you not aware of this? If you are not aware, you come. Let me tell you. Look at these ones. These ones. They are 142 of them. I got judgment for them. 142 of them. 142 of them. We got judgment for them. Court ordered that they should be released. As I speak to you, they failed to comply with this particular order. I can go on and on and on and on. Because what they normally do is that if you want to deal with somebody in the South, is you just write a petition against the person that is a member of IPOB or a member of the ESN. They'll just come in the night and whisk the person away. And collect his answer, deprive him access to the local protection of his choice and members of his family, and move the person to Wawa Barrack. And the people say that we should keep quiet. We cannot keep quiet. Enough of this. There are some persons there in Suleja prison. In fact, one of them, a pastor, they said that they were pushing some persons. Some persons now run into her church. This lady was picked. According to what I was told, she was forced to plead guilty. She was explaining to them, don't even know the one that is guilty, the one that is not guilty, and she has been convicted. I'm calling the Igbo Lawyers Association. I'm calling the Igbo traditional rulers. I'm calling Igbo religious Igbo religious leaders. I'm calling the Igbo political leaders. Go and verify this thing. You can set up a committee to go to various prisons. Go to DSSS. Go to that Wawa barrack. Let them bring out people there. These are persons. These are people's husband. These are people's wife. These are people's children. These are persons' parents. You don't do things like in this way. Is it an offense for that you said that Nigerian unity is not negotiable, but you are treating some other tribe as if they are slaves in this country, and you say that people should not agitate for self-determination. I'm sad this morning because the way this thing is going is like they have two laws in this country. One for against the one for the Igbos and one for the people that they feel that are in Nigeria. Of course, you know that had it been that the Marginalization is not an Igbo, he wouldn't have been in Sokoto today. He was convicted and sent to Sokoto because he's an Igbo. Yes, I must say it, and I'm not going to withdraw it for whatever reason. I'm calling the NBA president now that we are. NBA, they're going to the lawyers in Nigeria, they're going to converge in Port Harcourt for a conference. What are we going to conference there? Where people's rights are being violated, and you establish legal aid council. Legal aid council, you send coppers, send people that don't juniors who doesn't understand what law is all about to come and defend a terrorist. You deprive the person access. Even when most of them, when you manage to allow them access, you will not allow them to discuss with their lawyer privately. Is that what the law said that we should be doing? We should stop this. I am going to publish this now, that of Chinedu. I will publish it. This judgment was given in the 11th day of March 2022. And we're in 2026. More than 4 years, federal government failed to comply with this judgment. The young man is still there, languishing. The wife delivered 3 months after he was arrested. The wife delivered is now he should be entering primary school now. Yet this young man has not seen the family. Because you have an opportunity to be a leader, you have an opportunity to occupy a different office. Look at Malami that started this. Where is he today? He started this. But we are thinking that when this government come, they will right those wrong. But their own is even getting worse. That is, I published this in my wall. You can see the judgment. Thank you and God bless you.